but it's easier said than done.
It is.
David Starr's car blew a right front, and we had nowhere to go. But, man, at the same time, you got to get to the end and start producing the wins.
Look at that for Tyler Reddick. Never finished outside the top 10 here in any touring series event, and he'll have a long way to come tomorrow.
Jordan Anderson, car owner for this car. Truck owner, driver. He's come to the Xfinity Series. He's put a lot of really good race car drivers in his cars to help build this race team.
Interestingly enough, Ty Dillon went from Cup Series driving to not knowing what he was going to do. This is his 4th straight start in the Xfinity Series. That's the longest run he's been on this season. And right now, he's trying to hold off a run by the 7 of Justin Allgaier.
Oh, he's loose. You can see that back of that car dancing around.
Talked to the crew chief, Jordan Anderson. I said, what is Ryan saying? He says he feels like something's bent. He can't turn the wheel. So what they're doing is cutting sheet metal away because the right front tire is getting caught in the fiberglass of the right front. As you can see, they're using the Barabond tape. And Ryan's just sitting in there patiently right now, guys. They're trying to get all the sheet metal off the right front tire. Vince?
Well, we've seen issues from several of the big-name drivers. Johnny Sauter's been around, fell a lap down at one point. Ben Rhodes, who dominated the stage 1.
Oh, was that another tire?
I think that was a tire. He was way loose long before he got in the car. Obviously hard contact to the outside wall, but I think the tire was down before he got in.
You've done a really big job because that man there, he is fearless when it comes to putting down a qualifying lap.
I tell you what, this is a pretty good first lap for Jeremy Mayfield in this 09 car. Missed the race at Phoenix last week. 30.77 right now. That puts him second quickest.
So it's Joe Nemechek, Jeremy Mayfield, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Petty, and Chad Chaffin.
And I was told this morning, you know, this is a James Finch entry, but this is basically a car that's been supplied by Bill Davis Racing, of course, that Jeremy Mayfield will be racing for next year under the Toyota banner, but it's a Bill Davis car with a Bill Davis engine.
11 laps that we're seeing, and this looks like a whole lot bigger issue than a left rear tire. That's for sure.
Get into a fire extinguisher.
Now he came in
we might be on fire
right at the exit of turn 4 instead of the standard entrance to the garage halfway down the front straightaway. He's looking for help
on fire
and not finding any way up at that end of the garage.
It's coming out of the exhaust.
So this is the 15 for Rick Ware Racing, and didn't they have a similar issue a couple of weeks ago?
Landon Castle just turned 21 years old this week. 3 starts in 2010. He's also driving the number 71 car in the Cup Series.
Yeah, if you remember at Michigan last month, he actually qualified for that Sprint Cup Series race driving the James Finch car over there, the 09 car in the Sprint Cup Series.
Yeah, Landon's done some developmental work with Hendrick Motorsports, done a lot of testing for them. Now he finds himself behind the wheel of Robbie Benton's entry. Robbie Benton working to keep this 09 up in the top 30 in points.
They continue to shuffle them around out there. Now that number 8 car, Sterling Marlin.
Oh, the 28 car's in trouble.
Robbie Gordon getting in the wall hard. Caution out for the first time today. It is directly beneath us. It is about 150 feet to the right of the flag stand. It is right in the same area that Bobby Allison had that horrifying crash here years ago. Got up into that fence, the fence held and all, and Robbie Gordon in the Robert Yates number 28. We'll have to take a look at that one again as he was leading that second group.
Okay, and they were coming up on some lap cars. He got down on the inside, maybe got his left wheels down on the flat a little bit too much there, and the air affecting Ken, and the back end just went around on him. He slides backward there. You see Dale Jarrett going on the outside of him. Then he slams into the wall with the right front of the car, stays up against that outside wall, and comes to rest there.
Another foot the next corner, another foot, and just finally just took him up far enough where Spencer had to ease out of it. But Elliot Sadler has done a tremendous job. Started 35th, kind of snuck into the top 10 a minute ago, and we didn't mention it, and then he had a pit stop and dropped him back, but he's charged right back up to be in 6th place now.
All right.
That's 75. Oh, they dusted him off.
Randy!
Thank you, BP.
Randy Ljoy, now sporting his golden boy hairdo.
Really?
You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, you missed him this morning? It's
golden boy as in?
Midlife crisis.
We need to interview him afterwards.
Ljoy driving George Devidart's 48 car here this weekend. Jeff Green has been behind the wheel of that machine the last couple of weeks. And
Earrings,
Martinsville. No,
tattoos,
no,
just the hair.
Just a little bottle of bleach spilled off the shelf or something. So.
Alrighty, well, good first lap.
Two-time NASCAR Busch Series champion, going to come up 4th fastest.
Good second lap.
Randy Ljoy, former winner here at Memphis. Took the race back in 2000.
Daytona 500 winner Derek Hope, a two-time Nextel Cup winner. Had such a great run going in our Truck Series race at Talladega. Was in the top 5 on the very last lap. Had a very, very hard wreck. And great to see that he got out of that truck okay, but a good run for him. Mikey, who are you going to look at?
I'm going to look at Cale Gill, but I like Derek's truck. That's a
Johnny Sauter was 45th in practice, so he'll be the first car on the clock. We do the top 35 in owner points and then knockout qualifying. 10 cars for 8 spots. That is a system that will change beginning next week at Pocono. All cars will be lined up in the inverse order of their first practice speed. But for now, we stick with the system we have used all through this season, and Johnny Sauter, second in Truck Series points. Winner of the Kansas truck race here last year is on the clock in Robbie Gordon's Speed Energy Dodge.
And here again, normally going out first, Kyle Petty, you'll talk as a driver, you don't normally like to go out first. I think there is an advantage here, and 2 reasons. One, it's going to be cooler at this point today. We've already talked about that. But secondly, Johnny Sauter's already been on the racetrack qualifying for the Camping World Truck Series, so he has a little bit of a feel of what the track's got for grip.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. If you haven't been on the racetrack today, you don't have a clue. And if you expect it to have something and it's not there, and you barrel off in that first corner, then you're a little bit more tentative going into 3.
31.97. 168.8 miles an hour. Now I got to ask you, Panther Pink, we talked about this last week. That's the Dodge color code for that color back in 1970. Did you ever see one painted that color from new?
Oh, we got a car on fire.
Oh, man. That is Todd Bodine in the Petro Express, number 49. Flames shooting out from the hood there. Todd trying to get that car stopped.
He's impacted the wall. I see Todd climbing out. He's okay. He just got into the outside retaining wall here. It looks like down the front straightaway. It looks like heavy impact on that car.
Wow, absolutely incredible. A great quick exit by Todd Bodine.
Absolutely. Safety crew, great safety crew here at Nashville, right on top of him. Make sure he gets out of the car, and as you see, Todd's fine. We don't know exactly what happened there yet, but I'm sure we'll see a rerun of that and be able to diagnose it.
Tough night for Todd Bodine, involved in the lap 1 incident, and now just a couple laps later on lap number 8, he's involved in another. We're going to take a look at it, Dan. Randall Ritter in the 31, just out in front of him.
Yep, he looks down to the inside. Got a good run coming off the corner. They're both wide open here. Looks like, oh boy, Randall must not have known he was down there. Turns Todd right into the outside wall. Immediately the flames erupt off the cars, probably knocked the oil pump and the oil fittings off the front of the car. It's burning. As a driver, that's the worst thing you want to see while you're in a race car is flames, because there ain't a thing you can do about it. You know you got to stop.
Jerry struggling and scrambling to try and find a ride. Now, Sterling Marlin normally drives this car on the Busch circuit, but he gave up his ride today so that Hermie Sadler, who he said the man to beat right now in the Busch Series, you would be able to start the race and earn some valuable points toward the driving championship. And Hermie, it's not your own car, but hey, you struggled yesterday, you scrambled, and you do have a ride now.
Yeah, yesterday was probably one of the more disappointing days of my life. You know, we came here and ran hard and did the best we could. We just, Virginians for Lovers car, we just had trouble getting it in the field. But, you know, if you want to win the championship, that's what we're all involved want to do. And just thank God that I've got good friends like Chevrolet and Kodak and Fred Turner and Sterling Marlin, who gave up his car for me. And took a lot of people's okay to get this thing done. And we want to take this car to the front today and be back in Barnesville next week with the Virginians for Lovers car and continue our points championship chase.
Hermie Sadler will start in the 4 car today. Elton Sawyer will start in Mike Law's car. So some major developments here at Atlanta this weekend and some big surprises. Right, Kyle?